Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Planet U. I'm just here enjoying breakfast in bed, literally. This Egg McMuffin comes in at $5.19 Canadian, $2.80 USD, and I have a special stork that delivers these babies to me every morning. So we're going to find out if this is worth the money. So McDonald's technically didn't start until about 1940. And the Egg McMuffin was actually not created until about 1971, but it wasn't actually introduced to McDonald's menu until about 1972 at a price of about 63 cents, which is $4.70 in US dollars today. But the Egg McMuffin of yesteryear did not quite look like the one today. It actually was originally served open face with a small tub of strawberry preserves and a knife. I don't know why you would eat jam with egg, but that's how they served it. And the top of the bun actually wasn't introduced until later on. Today, breakfast actually accounts for 35% of all McDonald's business. And one of the main reasons of that is the Egg McMuffin. Besides the Big Mac, the Egg McMuffin is the most popular item on the menu. So let's give it a taste. Okay, so we're gonna try out our Egg McMuffin here. Now, they do have just like the Egg McMuffin, which is the standard sandwich, and then you can get basically plain, which is egg and cheese. You can get bacon one, or you can get a sausage McMuffin. So I got the bacon, cheese, and egg, as you can see. I mean, they are pretty small size, but this is actually one thing at McDonald's I always actually liked. I feel like it tastes like the most like real thing you could get there. Now I know this used to be an all-day menu item. They started that back in 2015, but due to the pandemic, they canceled that all-day thing and they're only doing it for the morning. So you have to get up early to get it. Okay, so we're gonna try our first bite again. Been a while. Okay, you got a real egg in there. I love when you bite into it, how you get that nice sort of well done yolk. The only thing that's like not real is the processed cheese, but you get some good, well, you get a couple strips of bacon stuck to the egg there. A couple strips of bacon, English muffin. I think it's a pretty tasty menu item. What's weird is, I don't know if it's the same everywhere else, but here in Canada, the Egg McMuffin is all the same price. So it doesn't matter if you get bacon on it, doesn't matter if you get the sausage McMuffin or just plain Egg McMuffin. It's all the same price. So that's about $5.19 with tax. So my question is, like, why does it cost more to add bacon to a burger? Or, you know, it's kind of, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. A regular Egg McMuffin with no meat on it should be cheaper. So it is a tasty item that I always love to enjoy from McDonald's, but is it worth the cost? Is it worth the money? Let's look at some other items we can get for the same price. Okay, to compare to the Egg McMuffin price, I'm just here about to scroll through my phone to find things that I can buy for $5. So what else can I buy for the price of an Egg McMuffin? Okay, so I can get a 12-pack of glazed donuts from Walmart for just over $3. Okay, if you're into the Walmart donuts. I could buy a jumper cable I saw on Kijiji for $5. I mean, I don't have a car, but could be a good gift for somebody. You always need those cables. I can get a box of Fruit Loops for just $5. Now that wouldn't include the milk, but I guess in a pinch, poor man's milk, water. Like I said, I really do enjoy this menu item. The dryness of the bun isn't really an exciting part of it. I mean, this side you get the processed cheese melted on, so that gives it a really, I mean, in this situation, the processed cheese actually works because it kind of makes it like a sauce over here. Whereas the dryness of this side is kind of its downfall. So, I mean, maybe if they put like, they could improve the Egg McMuffin by putting like an exciting sauce on it or something like that. And what are your thoughts about ketchup? I know a lot of people like to dip theirs in ketchup. What are your thoughts? Do you like to just keep it as the OG, or do you include a little ketchup now and then? Overall, it's a good like snack size sandwich, I would say. If we're just going off of taste, I would probably give it 7 out of 10 Egg McMuffins. But before we decide if it's actually worth the money, there's one more thing I want to try out.
So to see if it's worth the money to make your own Egg McMuffin or buy one, we are actually recreating the Egg McMuffin at home. 1 English muffin. Just cut that open. So there's about 1 slice of the American cheese. And like I said before, I don't think they really put any sauce on it because this, when it melts, kind of acts as a little bit of a sauce, but not really. But this is probably good at this point. Just gonna lay that out here. Get some of the grease off. And then what we're gonna do is just dump some of this grease that's in here and then use the leftover little bit of bacon grease to toast just the one side of the egg, I was gonna call it an Egg McMuffin, the English muffin, that's what it's called. Okay, we're not gonna do it like overkill here. We just wanna get, sort of mimic what they did, which is get the edges crisp. Okay, so right away you wanna put your slice of American cheese, so glamorous. And it's already slightly melting in my hand. But that way when you put it on when it's hot, it'll give that sort of melty sort of substitution for the lack of sauce that was on it. Like I said, they should come up with a sauce for this. I'm sure it'll be a lot better, but they probably want to keep their costs down too. Okay, so that will go on there, and then we're gonna make our egg. We have 1 large egg. Now, you're probably wondering, how do they make it in that weird formation? Well, easy. It's very easy to do actually at home. You just take a lid for like a mason jar, or something like that, something of the same shape. I'm sure like a cookie cutter or something like that would suffice as long as it's metal. And then crack it in. So we'll just put this lid over top to cook it evenly. Okay, we're just gonna take the lid off after a solid, like, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes. Gonna have to take a spatula and just get it off of there. As you can see, our apologies for the pan. And then flip this upside down on your bun. As you can see, the cheese is already melting. Okay, so you're just gonna, you know, sort of scrape the sides, make sure you got it all disconnected, and then you can pop that out of there. And this will be your egg. So it looks pretty similar, honestly. We're just going to put the bacon on top of that. And they sort of break it in half on the Egg McMuffin that I had, so that it's like 4 smaller pieces. And then that goes on top. And there you have your Egg McMuffin. Mmm. Oh yeah. I'm not just saying this, but this is like better than an Egg McMuffin and cheaper.
We come to our final point, which is it worth the money? First of all, I do love the Egg McMuffin still. I thought the taste was just as good as I remember when I was a kid. A lot of the McDonald's burgers have like sort of gone downhill from what I remember eating in the past. I just feel like the quality hasn't really stayed there. The size, it seems like some of the sandwiches may have shrunk. The Egg McMuffin has stayed pretty consistent, I would say. Now, at around $5, is it worth the money? We're saying not, strictly not on taste. We're just saying, is it worth you spending your money on that? And from making it at home for less than $2, I would have to say that no, it is not worth the money. It's not worth spending close to $5 now. And I would honestly say that the sandwich that I made at home was better. A lot of McDonald's menu items actually are pretty tricky to duplicate. If you were to try to make your own McChicken or Big Mac and make it very similar to the sandwich that they make, it's not as easy to duplicate it. But the Egg McMuffin is just such a simple one to recreate that why not do it at home for way less money. So Egg McMuffins, I love them, still do to this day, but at that price, I won't be buying them anytime soon. I'll be buying my own ingredients to make an even better one at home.